180. God damn,
I
dude.
know, we've been doing this for a fucking long time.
Woo! All right. When do the checks come in? Let's go.
As soon as we get paid, babe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 180 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is The Real Portz, and evil hard disk space full of bunny is here. What up?
Whoa. Hi, I am here. However, my hard disk is not full anymore since I got an M2 in this bad boy finally, and
What?
it's pretty nice. It's pretty snazzy. I feel kind of fancy with it.
Did you know that NVMe SSD last a long time? They're great, but if you're looking for storage specifically, or maybe you're the one who told me this because you were looking at the storage options, but for storage, long-term dormant, not in use storage is actually worse than hard disks.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, it's definitely wild.
Why is there always a trade-off?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
It's fucking annoying. I like. With mine, I got the M2 mostly just for Adobe, even though it still runs like dick on an M2. I fucking hate Adobe. I'm so over it at this point, but I've become accustomed to it that I can't help it, and I have to use it. And it's like my bane of my life and my existence at this point, and I just want to.
Maybe I'm early enough into my video editing. Maybe I should just quit and get Sony Vegas.
Try DaVinci. Apparently, DaVinci is getting rave reviews right now.
Interesting.
DaVinci Resolved. You can even try the free version, and the full license version is actually relatively reasonably priced. The reason
is it a one-time like Sony Vegas?
I think it is a one-time thing like Sony Vegas. I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard good things about it, and it's been told reasonably priced, like Adobe. The only advantage that Adobe has is the captions, which I use sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I do the meme, when I feel like doing the meme.
When you feel like doing the meme. Well, Lucy, shout out. It misses the memes.
Well, Lucy doesn't want to help me, and he's too busy being cool with school or whatever. It's fine.
He took 2 weeks off of Dota to prepare for school, his finals.
Wow.
Isn't that the most nerd shit you've ever heard of in your life?
What a fucking goody two-shoes.
How much of his life did he ruin by doing that? I think a lot, because in life, you can't just take pauses on things and go deal with your schoolwork. You got to do all of it. You know what I mean? Although, I say that I haven't been streaming because of life shit, so...
But I mean, streaming, I think, is, okay.
Well, honestly, the main problem... This is the problem I have with streaming and life shit. Life shit, I got to talk to people about, problems that are happening, family stuff that's going on. I have to be present. I have to care about it. All that takes so much fucking energy.
It does.
That's fine, because it's not my life. It's other people's lives.
Yeah.
But I'm also 40 hours a week trying to do that for people for money. You know what I mean? Being in customer support and also dealing with personal problems, I think is double bad.
I think customer support.
Because it's I have, as a person, whether you have a ton or a little, you have an amount of bandwidth that you have for other people's problems.
Right.
And if you have a job where 40 hours of your week is spent dealing with other people's fucking stupid work problems, you've consumed half of it or way more. Yeah.
It totally consumes you. No, I agree. I think fucking customer support is one of the fucking most taxing jobs that you can have. Just because, it just uses up so much mental capacity. Even when I used to work a lot when I was doing my, actual food career and shit like that, I didn't feel nearly as shitty when I would come home and I would still try to stream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because,
you don't have to coddle motherfuckers at work, so you didn't spend that reserve. It's like a different resource type,
Yeah, it's totally true. Yeah, I just I lose a lot of brain capacity. It's like, yeah, like I would get customers and be like, oh, fuck, I feel so stupid. I should have listened to you like 20 minutes ago when you told me this 6 times. It's like, oh, no worries. It's just very confusing. It's totally understandable. And meanwhile, I'm just screaming like at the top of my lungs how much I want to die or whatever, yada, yada, yada. It's totally normal stuff. Yeah. Totally normal. Anyway, hi. This is a podcast.
Well, no, I actually want to continue on this because people at my office, right? I stepped into an office. I'm a dinosaur. They will sort of, no one's outright said it, but there's like this feel of like, why aren't the customer support people more personable with us? Like, why?
I don't have the brain power for it.
Yeah, because I'm busy fucking making the company money. Well, keeping the company money, I guess, technically. Yeah. Trying not to have customers drop us. So I'm spending it all there. I don't want to fucking talk the weather with a random employee number 6, okay? I just don't have the... Yeah.
Yeah. At my work, we sit in comms sometimes, but we just sit there in silence sometimes because we all know. Yeah, we just sit there in silence and it's just like our mics muted.
Maybe a sigh here and there.
Yeah, we just hear it be like, hey, do you know what the fuck this person's talking about? And then we all look and then we'd be like, oh yeah, no, this guy's fucking full of shit, or this guy's a fucking idiot. Or it's like, look at this guy's fucked up server.
Oh, that's the only thing that saves it, is making fun of customers, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to do it. That's another thing that's hard to get through other people's heads. Like, you have to keep you sane. You have to.
You have to literally ruin their day.
And they make it easy because people who are customers of something, they don't have any walls up.
Yeah.
You know? They just throw their shitty personality at you and go, deal with it.
Or it gets worse, and then they're just like the absolute like most atrocious people. I had somebody tell me, it's like, I took this money from my grandma's lawn service. It's like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, well, clearly somebody who uses their grandma's lawn mowing service to pay for their servers. It was the fucking wildest ticket. They were so rude to me, so I was just like, I was done with them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Needless to say, I did not care. Or if anybody hits on me, as soon as anybody hits on me, the gloves come off.
Damn.
The gloves come off, and I'm like,
dude,
Larry,
I had
I'm
somebody at GameStop touch the hand of a married woman's, like one of my coworkers was married. She had a ring on, and he touched her fucking ring while he hit on her.
Ew, what's
I was like, dude,
nope,
you're going to deal with me now. We're going over here, and you're not talking to her ever again.
What is wrong with people?
She was like, I don't know if I can work here still. I'm like, that will never happen again. That's so awful. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, I had this one guy. He's like, oh, well,
you know what his line was, by the way? He doesn't have to know.
Yeah, I had one guy be like, he's like, oh, well, maybe I could talk to you later or something. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, you can always contact support and stuff like that. And he's like, no, I want to talk to you and stuff like that. And he's like, I bet you're really cute. And I'm just like, nope. So I was like, no. And I just said no. And he's like, well, always worth a try. And I said, absolutely not.
No, it's not. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
My mother does this. She's like, I think I said this on the podcast 1,000 times by now. But my little brother asked for my PS5. He's like, do you use your PS5? I'm like, not really. And he's like, can I have it? I'm like, no, of course not.
No, that's mine.
And my mom's like, well, it never hurts to ask, does it, honey? And I was like, yes it fucking does.
It's fucking rude.
It's rude, and it makes me think that you don't value me or my things. You just want them for yourself.
Yeah, you don't see me as a human.
Yeah, dude.
You just fucking see me as a cash bag.
Don't
Jesus
do
Christ.
that to people. It does hurt to ask things sometimes, as much as it's unpopular to say so. Actually, I think that's the popular opinion. My family's just insane. Anyway, video games?
Yeah, let's talk about video games and not our life.
Back on the menu, boys.
Falling apart. Yeah. What did you play this week?
Oh, hitting me with the tough ball questions, huh?
I mean, I just asked you a simple question of what did you play?
Damn. Well, your simple question is my conundrum. You know what I mean? Because it's like, do I make something up?
You're just playing Dota, aren't you? You're just playing Dota. You're just
here's
sucking
the
that
thing.
game you all picked.
Here's the thing.
What?
Big Frontiers update came out. By the way, don't know why the fuck it's called that. I guess it's because they changed the map.
Okay.
But it's not Western themed like you would think it would be. And
cool.
It's the biggest update they've had since 7.0, which was like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They changed the map for the first time in 3 years, and it's significant. They made the map. By the way, if you don't know Dota, it's got one map, and it stays pretty much the same. They alter it a little bit every 5 years or whatever. And this time, they made it 40% bigger.
What?
Same team sizes,
oh,
mind you.
No, that sounds horrible.
And it's actually so fun.
Dang.
There's so many things to do on the map. Like these mini boss things to do. Although, well, they're not really bosses. They're like these defense turret things that reflect damage back. So you can't do them until you reach a certain damage threshold. But you also need a certain like survivability threshold. Otherwise, you'll just die to your own damage. So that's interesting.
On this thing.
There's also these weird stagnant-free wards all over the map that do way less vision than wards, but they're like nice little spots. They're kind of necessary because the map got way bigger and there's just not enough wards to cover it all.
Yeah.
And then Roshan can move to 2 different parts of the map.
What?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Fucking wild.
He in the daytime is in the radiant top corner of the map.
Okay.
And at nighttime he's in the dire bottom corner of the map.
Oh, wow.
It is crazy. There's portals on both of those, like right outside the rush pits from one to the other. So it's wild. I mean, yeah. And Roche drops different things depending on where what time of day it is, like which side of the map he's on. So it's kind of crazy.
That's cool though. Like it definitely is a big change for the game. Wow.
It's I don't know where the meta's at. Nobody really knows. There's like theories going around. It's so fun to play Dota when there's new shit, you know?
Yeah, nobody knows what the fuck to do.
I love that shit because I get to use my brain finally and not just follow a fucking guide.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hate just following the meta, dude. It's so fucking boring.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. I think that's why I stopped playing like stuff like not 7 Days to Die. Some of like the survival games and stuff like that. It's like, well, you should be doing this instead. I was like, well, you should be sucking my dick or something. I'm not gonna listen to you.
This goes back to when I was this will stay with me forever. When I was streaming Metro Last Light, I think it was. Somebody came into my chat and they were like, hey, by the way, right here at this shop is a shotgun that you desperately need. And so I was like, oh, that's good to know. Sounds good. Thank you for the tip. I bought the shotgun and dropped it on the ground and went to the next level. I was like, I'm playing the game.
Like, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah, I don't shit like that.
I can't do the co-carnage thing where he's like, backseating is part of the thing, you know? It's like, this is the platform. It's like, you know, he's very successful and good for him, but it's not how I want to play fucking video games. I want to figure shit out myself. It's why I can't get into the Path of Exile, because as far as I'm concerned, you can't succeed at that game unless you have someone guiding you or a like walkthrough guiding you.
Yeah.
At least into the end game, which is the point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it kept me from doing that. It's not like I don't like complicated things, but like I don't like it so complicated that you need someone to like guide you through.
I think Path of Exile is definitely one of those few exceptions where you do need to like sit there.
I don't.
Yeah, I get it.
That. Who likes that? There's tons of people. I think I'm in the minority, maybe.
Yeah.
Because like I know a bunch of people who, they're the types that try to get you to play Path of Exile, who use the shared knowledge like super well. I read this article recently. I'm just padding time, by the way, because I didn't play anything. I read this article that was like old. There's this feeling in MMOs where the old MMOs, no one knew anything, and that's why it's fun. And they're like, no, that's not true. There were forums back then. Everyone kind of shared knowledge and stuff. And yeah, I see their point. I think this was on massivelyop.com or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I agree with that in that, yes, there was shared knowledge, but it was also way slower.
Yeah.
You know? You didn't have the meta evolve in one day after a patch or whatever. You know, like, there's so much shared knowledge. It's impossible not to just see it. Like, if you follow someone that you like content from on Twitter or whatever, it shows you 8 different other people like that you don't even follow that are posting the same kind of shit. So your knowledge just grows, you know, way faster just by nature of how the internet moves now, you know?
Right.
You can't just like back in the day to let's say like 2000. You're looking up like EverQuest guides or something. There's like one person's opinion that you're reading at a time, you know? It's not like we figured out all the fucking numbers, here it is, which is how it's delivered through like API now, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely a different thing. And that's a little bit why I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online now, which segue I'm playing Lord of the Rings Online. And it's a great time. But what I was looking for is just something I don't have all figured out. And to their like credit in this article, they were saying you can still play MMOs that way. And that is, yes, you can. You just don't go on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And I mostly, like, I've been popping into streams, but I'm only catching tidbits, you know, because it's streams. It's not like articles or like guides about the best way to play or anything.
Right.
So I just catch tidbits. Like, this person said that. It is like the old time of like being on a message board where someone says something and then this person says something, and maybe you hear something that's not correct, and maybe you hear something that is correct, and then you find it is, and you test it for yourself, and it is, and you're like, oh fuck, that's so cool. And that's the experience that I've replicated for myself, and it's fucking awesome.
That's, I mean, it's definitely a different experience with like a brand new game or a brand new MMO. Everybody wanting to find like the day one meta and stuff like that, but like not having it also, and like just kind of learning for your own self. It's definitely something different. I remember when I started turning games into like strategic things, especially with WoW, because like you get the charts, you get the fucking metadata and everything else that's happening in the raid and stuff like that, to like literally down to the point where you're like, hey, I know you fucked up right here, right then. You fucking ran into this fucking thing, and I could see it on the goddamn DPS meters and shit like that. And like it's so annoying that you have to be that way sometimes. And like that's not even with like hardcore raiding. That's like with just basic bitch raiding sometimes. And stuff like that, just so you could get shit done. And it was just so frustrating sometimes because like it just comes down to a bunch of numbers on a fucking spreadsheet. Yeah,
it definitely kind of ruins it. It's almost like the different, like, I don't know if you've ever cheated in a single player game before, but it immediately trivializes the entire experience.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where you're like, I can't really go back to not doing this because I know what it's like now. And it's like, as soon as you learn some knowledge in a game, a little piece of you dies. Like your wondrous spirit dies. It's like getting older in life a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I don't know. It's fun to like manufacture that for yourself, and it's cool that that's still possible. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Especially on like a game like that's kind of cultish, like Lord of the Rings Online.
It's wild, man. I've been banned in not banned. Sorry.
I was like, what?
I've been timed out in 2 different streams for swearing because it's such a wholesome community. There's a bunch of people that don't even swear.
That's fucking wild. Sports getting banned. Why am I not surprised at the same time?
I just say it automatically. I've been this way since I quit Christianity, basically. Even before then, I was swearing. Like, I think swear words are just super fun.
Yeah, I think they're for the best.
I think so. As soon as you take away the taboo, it's like, oh, it's just a word.
Yeah, it's just
like,
a
whatever.
word.
What are you talking about?
Who gives a fuck? Like, who cares?
That's why I can't be around children, though. You know.
Mood. I was at this fucking mattress store today, and boy, I was swearing, and I'm sure I was making him uncomfortable. I was like, oh, holy. I said, oh my fucking God, my back. And I was like, God damn. I'm like, this is what a real bed should feel like. And I don't think he was prepared for someone like me. Don't think he was prepared at all. But, okay, so Lord of the Rings and
Dota. That's it. Pretty much. I've also I hesitate to even say I've been playing it, but I've been playing Witcher, the first person like playthrough I've been doing.
Oh, okay. You're
but
still going through
seriously,
that?
only like 2 hours this week or something like that. Like very
Seriously.
little. But it's like my before bed. Like I just get fucking high as shit and engross myself in the Witcher world, and it's incredible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. By the way, if you have an ultra wide, well, even if you don't have ultra wide, just download the fucking Witcher 3 mod, first person. By the way, I heard there's a first person Last of Us mod that had me intrigued for PC because that came out for PC.
Yeah, it did.
Which I probably won't experience anytime soon because me and Faye, I think, are gonna go through the games where she's playing.
Oh, it'll be interesting.
Because I don't want to play those fucking shit ass games. But I do want to see their story. I think I was on easy. I think.
Really? Oh, okay.
I think so. I just hate stealth that much. You know.
I really hate stealth too. I made the mistake of playing that game on hard, and I hated myself for a long time.
I think this is a hump I could get over mentally. Like, because I've kind of done it for puzzles. I did it in Hellblade, where it's like the combat was terrible. But I just went, you know what? It's supposed to be her mental struggle, right?
Yeah.
I'm going through the struggle of combat to like be analogous. Wait, how do you say that word?
I don't know.
Like an analogy, analogous. That's what it is, I think.
I don't know. You're saying big words that I don't fucking know.
But anyway, it's like. Yeah, I struggle with the combat the way she struggles with her, like, mental demons or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's like a flimsy excuse to have shitty combat in your game, but it does work if you embrace it. And I forgot what the comparison was here.
You were comparing just suffering through shitty games to experience them.
Yeah, but what was the other game that I was talking about before that?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Oh, yeah, it should be that, you know, obviously hiding from murderous fucks or zombies or whatever should be terrifying and awful and not fun to do, but for some reason that hurdle I can't get through. Maybe it's not good enough, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's not good enough.
The illusion is not quite good enough.
That's fair. That's kind of understandable too. I fucking can't. that was the first game where I was like, okay, I'm never going to play this game on hard again. And I went because I played through it a few times when I was younger.
That's wild.
It was my first PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I bought that and Red Dead and a PlayStation 3 altogether. And
I don't think there's any chance. Actually, this is a bad example. Go ahead.
It's fine. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Well, just to reveal my shitty fucking thoughts, I was gonna say. I don't think I could deal with KOTOR if it came out now for the first time.
Yeah.
The combat.
Yeah,
but I couldn't deal with it then either. I've cheated every time I played, so.
Fair. There you go. That game's still good and you cheated.
That's one thing that, yeah, I mean, the story is so good in the universe and it's
it's a magical experience.
I'm so glad that Disney hasn't ruined that era of Star Wars yet.
It's just a matter of time.
They will, I'm sure.
It's just a matter of time.
Although, maybe someone will get fired over there that, you know, before that happens.
You think so? Somebody's going to get fired?
Although many people have been already.
Yeah.
But, yeah, maybe Oh no, the padding is coming off this headset, dude.
Oh
Fuck.
no! Time for a new headset.
Jesus Christ. This is like a fucking really expensive headset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anyway. It's fine.
Sorry, buddy.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Let's talk about your video games.
My video games
Put
this
you
week.
in the hot seat.
It is my turn to be in the hot seat. I played a lot of weird games this week. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Please don't.
Okay. Well, fair. So I played this weird co-op horror game where you're getting chased by a monster. It's kind of like Phasmophobia, almost. Not really, actually.
But with, Phasmophobia, but with Harvey Weinstein instead.
Yeah, you're being chased by Harvey Weinstein, and he kind of this chainsaw motherfucker in this first room that we were in kind of looks like it. So you're these kids, and you're trying to break out of this area and run away from this demon. You have to solve these puzzles. You can only carry one item at a time, except it sucked. It was so bad. I played 22 minutes of it. I'm never going to play Paranormal Place again.
Paranormal Place?
Yeah, Paranormal Place. It is a 2-player co-op horror game. You can play it alone or you can play it together. I honestly don't know how anyone would be able to play this alone because you can only carry one item at a time and it's almost impossible.
Did you play it alone?
No, I played it with my roommate, Zach. And I kept getting
Even together?
Yeah.
Couldn't make it?
No. We lasted 22 minutes, and I was like, nope. I'm
Maybe I won't even include this on your list of games played.
That's
not
fair.
Give them the press.
That's fair. That's fair. I played another game that I got asked to play. This developer contacted me. Mr. Sun's Hat Box. It is a roguelike dungeon slapstick weird fucking game. I don't know how to explain this. So it is a roguelike game. You go through these levels, and then when you go back to your base, it's like a mobile game, I guess you could say, with like the how there's those weird mobile games where you build the survival bunker base. Yeah, it's like that, and you get research.
Like Fallout Shelter or something?
Yeah, like Fallout Shelter with the different rooms that do different things and stuff like that. And you need to do that because it's a part of like the game, and you need to do that and to unlock things and get new things and get new gatherers that you could send out to get the hats, because you have to get the hats back for Mr. Sun and his hat box of shop or whatever. It's really cute. The artwork's really cute. Some of the sound effects were kind of annoying, so I ended up muting everything. Which isn't a good thing, but other than that, I think it's cute. And
dude, I came across this fucking Lord of the Rings streamer that had bells on his horse, okay? There's a lot of riding in that game.
I would lose my mind.
Just bells, just ring, 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 ring. Oh my god.
I would lose my mind. I would lose my absolute mind.
Are there people who like are comforted by that kind of noise? Like what is that?
Repetitive noise? Maybe.
It's so weird.
I don't know. It is kind of weird. Other than that, I went and revisited some other games. I went back to Elden Ring for a little bit this week. 7 Days to Die.
Are you done with Elden Ring?
No.
What's the holdup? That was weeks ago.
I know. I'm supposed to be lowering my blood pressure right now, and Elden Ring is probably not the best game to play. I was playing a boss, and I was like, oh my god, my hands are shaking, and my heart's beating, and I was like drunk and talking to chat, and I'm like, this is the worst game to be playing. And stuff. I said, I never was going to stream this game again, and here I am, drunk at fucking 10 o'clock at night.
I'm going to send your doctor your Twitch
No, don't.
channel.
She's going to fucking scream at me again. She already knows. We also played Dredge. I finally finished that game. I adored that game so much. I have about almost 20 hours in it. And it was so good. Absolutely loved everything about this game. Even though a lot of stuff is kind of repetitive, it didn't feel bad. Like, having to do the same thing over and over again. Get fish, get money. It doesn't feel bad. It feels good because you're always upgrading your boat. You're always, like, finding new weird shit. And, like, always constantly exploring. I really, really did enjoy this game. I beat every single quest that I could. And
in what game?
Dredge.
Dredge. Oh,
it's the boat game.
Yeah.
The Cthulhu.
Yeah.
The Cthulhu chill.
The
boat
crossover
game.
I did not expect.
It was so good. The ending.
Didn't you have a problem with it last week? I can't remember what it was.
I thought I lost an item, and then I ended up finding out that for some reason my quest wasn't triggering. So I had to have every single one of these little tablets in order for it to progress. And I thought I needed 4, and I thought I lost the 4th one because I had damage to my boat and I lost items, which you can have happen. You can lose people, you can lose quest items, you can lose stuff and lose quests. And this was like a part of the main, I thought was the main quest. It ended up not being a part of the main quest, but I still ended up finishing that quest after all. So I was quite happy. But yeah, the ending I got, I don't know if there's multiple endings, but it was fucking great. I was not anticipating that at all. I was like, oh, okay, this is actually happening. And it was just, it was so good. It was really good. I recommend
How long was the whole experience?
That playthrough was probably about like maybe I have 17 hours in it, but I also have like another like 3-4 hour playthrough that's been going, so maybe about 13-14 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. No. It was really good. It was a good experience, I think. And it didn't overstay its welcome at all.
Did you play Inscription?
I did, but I'm bad at card games, and I need to go back and I need to revisit Inscription at some point.
I was thinking about this sort of, I don't know. There's like a third level of thinking about things that's like sort of in the background that I don't pay attention till like later. Mm-hmm. But I was thinking about it, not very deeply, but I was just thinking like there's so many of these like indie games that come out of nowhere where everyone gets on board and they all like everyone plays them.
Yeah.
I don't ever do that, ever. I mean, I no, well, I tried Among Us. That was pretty bad. I didn't have a good time with the first crew I tried to play that game with.
That's fair.
But because of one person. Yeah, I didn't play Inscription because I'm like, I hate fucking card games. This game, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about fishing. Like, and I think maybe I shouldn't do that. I should just play it and do it, you know?
Yeah, you can at least try it. If you don't like it, you can always return it.
Who cares? I've spent money on things I don't like before.
That's true. You have.
Yeah.
I think it's on. I think it's even on the Xbox Game Pass. So.
Oh, dude, that's.
That's where it's.
Wait, I thought I checked that. Well, I don't know. I do this thing where I check it and go, and never check it again.
That's also fair because I do that too. I had to buy it the other day to test something for work. So I ended up buying it, and I ended up testing a game on it. The new hotness, Minecraft Legends. So I ended up trying this out. I don't.
Is that the Diablo-like?
No, Diablo-like is the Minecraft dungeons. Minecraft Legends is like something weirdly else. So you could build in it. You have to use it to like extend and go into new areas.
Is it a PvP game?
It has PvP in it, yes. Okay. But it's not focused on PvP.
Oh.
I didn't like it. I can tell you that. I lasted maybe 40 minutes in it, and I was still in the tutorial, and I was bored out of my fucking skull, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't. I can't play this. I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't buy this. I was like, thanks, Xbox Game Pass. You saved me time, money, and a headache.
That's what I should do. Is just boot up games and convince myself not to buy them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to pay attention to it a little bit more and actually use it.
Atomic Heart. Why didn't I play that shit on there?
I don't know.
Why didn't I play it on there?
I don't know. I wish we. I think both of us did, and I think I'm gonna start doing that again.
I need to.
The other game I played, and it's probably gonna maybe shock you, maybe not.
Ooh. Old school RuneScape.
No, could you fucking imagine if I got an old school RuneScape?
Do you know how I would laugh for 5 minutes straight?
You probably have a heart attack after laughing from so much stupid shit. Yeah, no. I got into Battlefield. So
I know. You said that already.
I'm really in it.
Wait, but you're into it.
I'm into it.
What?
I know. I'm kind of surprised.
How much is that game?
I don't know. It was gifted to me, so that's why I was like, well, I'm not spending any money on this, so might as well give it a go.
2042?
2042, yeah.
That's $60. That can fuck off. I'm not doing that. Jesus.
That's
Holy
fair.
Shit.
Honestly, fair.
If it was like even 40, I would probably do it, but I'm not spending 50 on that. Woo.
Yeah, I think my roommate bought it for me and my other roommate when it was like on mega sale. So
is it like playing with friends is the thing that's like great about it right now?
I think that's what's been great about it. I have done some solo queues by myself, just trying to get back into the groove of it because I
was low key thinking your Friday drunk streams, well, every other Friday, whatever, could use a little variety.
Yeah.
I know everyone can't afford that fucking game, but
that's true.
I don't know. Something.
It might be something kind of fun, but you can only have 4 people in a squad, so...
What?
Yeah, that's what sucks about it.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I thought the older ones, you could have like 10 people or something.
You can have so many people, but you also had dedicated servers before. So I used to run Battlefield 2 servers back in the day.
Oh, right. They stopped doing that years ago.
And they stopped doing that years ago. So you can't just like randomly join the same server and then like join the same team and like be in different squads but be on the same team. It's really fucking dumb. I hate it.
Dude, Battlefield 3 was the last good Battlefield.
I think so too, even though I never got into it. But yeah, no, I liked Battlefield a lot. I liked a lot of the things. I didn't really care for Conquest. There was a couple other match styles that I liked, but we always ran Conquest because that was the most popular. But I'm kind of into it. I kind of missed playing FPSs. I've always liked FPSs. It was always one of my things, and I kind of was itching for it. And I guess this will be a good thing until Counter-Strike comes along.
You think you're gonna give that a go?
I'm definitely gonna give that a go.
No pun intended. I almost said no offense, but that's not applicable.
I mean, Counter-Strike Global Offense. I mean, give it a go. Same thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's got me by the balls. I really have been enjoying it. Yeah, I've been playing with my roommates and another friend of ours, Dan, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm kind of surprised I'm into it as much as I am.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the
There's a
last thing I was expecting you to get
never
into.
thought I was going to get into it as much as I have.
And yet, New Order goes unplayed.
I'm trying. I just need to get back into
Hopefully you'll stay into FPSs by the time you're ready to...
it's on my list to play this week. I think I'll probably play it like tomorrow or something like that.
You don't have to. Wait for the mood to be right. It's, arcadey.
I'm into it.
But modern FPS. Yeah.
I'm into it. It's fine.
It's not as good as Titanfall, but it is, well,
Titanfall
the second one might be as good as Titanfall, but the first one's not as good as Titanfall.
Titanfall was just magical.
Titanfall is fire. There's no sassy robots.
Sassy, smarky robots. The best. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we ready for the news?
I didn't write down half of the shit you said, so I'll need your
I'll send it to you
list later.
I'll send it to you later. Okay, it is time for video game news. Are we ready for this madness?
Video game news.
This week was crazy.
Let me turn back the dial here and see if I saw anything while I was on personal leave / vacation last week.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. I don't think I saw a single thing.
You didn't see a fucking single thing?
No, I mean, I was just out of it,
Okay.
fucking dealing with bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this? You know one of our favorite video games, Dusk, right? You know the developer, David Schmidt.
Yes. Shizamansky. Hell yeah.
He made a small indie game, right, called Iron Lung. And it was super weird, super creepy. I couldn't get it to work because mine was bugged, but I probably should give it another go because there's actually voice acting in it now. Guess what is happening with that?
I heard someone made a conversion mod or something.
No, even crazier. Markiplier's obsessed with that game. He's always been obsessed with that game. And he is turning it into a goddamn movie.
What? Dude, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Are you fucking shitting me?
No. He literally posted a whole trailer for it and everything.
Well, I'm sure like everything Mark has done outside of YouTube will be outlandishly successful.
I hope so. God, I fucking hope so because this.
It was a dig
I know,
at
it
Markiplier.
was.
He can only do YouTube, but that's awesome. That's incredible.
It's
even if
it
doesn't even do that well, there's no skin off the back of the developer. Like
no.
David's fine.
Yeah. He literally.
Also, I love his Twitter, by the way. He is so nonchalant about everything.
Twitter.
He's just like fucking whatever.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't know why all these new people are following me, but welcome. 90% of this is shit posts. So
also,
yeah,
his fucking title or his handle is Dusk Dev.
Yeah,
and he's constantly confused why people don't understand he's not the only developer of Dusk. Like, yeah, it seems like you're the guy. Because of that other guy, David, or is it Dave Long, or Dave Young, or Dave Young, or
God damn it.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
I always confuse
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I always confuse
It's two Daves, okay?
It's
not
Davids.
insane that we would get you confused.
Two Davids, you both work in the fucking same goddamn field. You make similar games. It's fucking confusing.
Yeah, well, sometimes the same games.
That's true. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. So he's
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's made a lot of fucking weird games. He's currently working on like Gloomwood or something like that. He also has like this famous one that's in a.
Dude, why is Gloomwood taking them so long?
I don't know. I want it. But like, yeah, he had that weird little fucking Dredge XP game, Scroll Stapler.
Actually, speaking of Gloomwood, if I was listening to this podcast, I would hear the earlier part where we talk about stealth and say we hate it, right? And then I would hear us talk about Gloomwood and say, why the fuck are you excited for this game? So go ahead, Bunny. Why are we excited?
Because it looks good and it's dusk and I don't fucking care.
It's the retro graphics and
it looks so
the
good.
like. So I played the demo.
Yeah.
And yes, there's stealth, but the stealth is the old simple style of walk behind a guy. You know? It's not like fucking indicators over your head and fucking just like it's not super gimmicky, I don't think.
No, you just pop a cap in their ass. You just sneak up
and
behind
it's got
them.
the old school PS1 graphics
It's
that are
true.
lovely.
Yeah.
It's got vibes, okay? It's the same way Bloodborne is very exciting to me, even though I hate Souls-like games.
Ooh, that's fair. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I can definitely respect that. But yeah, Markiplier's making fucking
Iron Lung. Damn. I thought he was just tweeting out that he was in an Iron Lung. I was like, oh my god, what happened?
He's got the polios. Yeah, no.
Dude, you know what's fucked up about the joke I just made? I don't know what an iron lung is. I just knew it was a medical thing and that I could say that and it would get a laugh. Isn't that fucked?
No.
I have no fucking idea what an iron lung is.
So polio makes it so you eventually can't operate your own lungs.
Yeah.
And an iron lung.
So it's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it literally forces the air. It uses pressure to force air in and out of your lungs.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is why we got rid of polio. This is
Appreciate
why
that.
vaccines are good. Anyway,
We got rid of polio?
It's pretty much been eradicated at this point.
Well, Arthur Morgan got it.
He got tuberculosis. God damn it, Portz! He got the consumption. It's different.
Yeah.
All right, so next thing I want to talk about after the amazing thing of Iron Lung, not the contraption, but the video game. Let's talk about NPC energy.
Now, where's Iron Maiden on this? Like, what is that? What medical procedure is that?
It's where I put you into a contraption and it slowly stabs you with a bunch of needles over a period of time and you slowly bleed out.
That's what the podcast feels like, Bunny.
I swear to fucking God. Let's talk about NPC energy. What?
Okay.
What makes you think?
Is this about Don Lennon and or Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson?
No, but they definitely have probably some NPC energy. And so
Got him.
A child at a Dollar Tree, an 11-year-old child, was annoyed by a 30-year-old gentleman. I guess I shouldn't say gentleman, just a man.
Sorry. Wait.
Okay, I'm setting up a
Start
scene.
this over. Start over.
Okay, we're at a Dollar Tree, right?
Yes.
There's
Dollar Tree.
There's an 11-year-old.
Everything's $1 or slightly more because we're in 2023.
Yeah, there's inflation. So imagine an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old trying to get snacks, and there's a 30-year-old man in their way.
Yeah.
And
the Dalai Lama, and he asked them to suck on their tongues, right?
Kind of. So, the 11-year-old of the two children, looks at the man and proceeds to call him an NPC. To where the man.
Wait a minute.
The 30-year-old man proceeds to run around and chase these children with a kitchen knife that he grabbed off of the counter or whatever in the fucking shelves, and then proceed to stab the 11-year-old with a kitchen knife.
I regret laughing. All right.
All because he got called an NPC. Now, that's what we would call a hostile NPC. And maybe he failed his
speech check.
Yeah, speech check.
Yes.
Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm with you. I was already envisioning the New Vegas speech system.
You've angered them and they proceed
You didn't have
to
enough
stab
science to get through this conversation. Yes.
Yep, exactly. The kid, from everything that I've read, is okay. He's obviously, not...
Actually, he's kind of probably a hometown hero at this point.
He ended up kind of fucked up. He was in the ICU with a pierced lung and a liver from this knife. They started a GoFundMe and they were able to raise like almost $10,000 to help him out.
Okay.
So he is doing better. He is okay. He
has
survived the
How about a
incident.
little of that kicked our way for covering the story? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, eventually, the man was arrested, and he had no criminal history before this or anything like that.
No one had ever called him an NPC before.
Nobody had ever called him an NPC. Maybe he was just trying to escape the Matrix.
Why? Oh, dude, that's so weird.
It all goes back to Andrew Tate.
So this 11-year-old kid, his parents could be 30.
Yeah, they could be this man's age. Easily.
They're the ones that are involved in the language of NPC, because there's no way 11-year-olds know what fucking NPC means, right?
I mean, TikTok
or is that
has
sticking?
a lot of...
Has that sticked?
Yeah,
okay.
it's a lot of... So, I know Andrew Tate and a lot of those fuckheads, they tend to use terminology like NPC and escape the Matrix, and it's still all over TikTok.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, TikTok has a younger audience and stuff like that. Parents not monitoring what their kids are doing. Not to victim blame the children.
I was just thinking he might have a deadbeat dad that's listening to this shit, and he's like, I'm gonna hit this guy where it hurts. Okay, people my dad's age hate being called NPCs, so I'm gonna fucking hit him with it. Yeah. This caused my dad to cry earlier, so I'm gonna get this guy with the same thing. And it went horribly awry.
It went absolutely horribly wrong. But yeah, also just don't fuck with people. But also, what the fuck is wrong with you to chase an 11-year-old kid and stab them? You have to be mentally fucked. Like, I mean, I understand.
That guy was ready to go, dude.
He must have just been, like, he's at a Dollar Tree. He's trying to buy some fucking groceries. Yeah. He's debating.
Dude, he probably just came back from playing the new Dota patch, and he was like, bruh. If one more person calls me an NPC, I'm going postal. But
last
I only
19
have a knife,
in a row.
So.
Yeah. It's
damn, dude, that's crazy.
It's fucking wild. The news this week has been insane. It's been absolutely insane. I just gobbled everything.
That's only barely related to video games, too.
I know, but I had to do it. I had
No, 100%. I'm so glad you
did.
That would never cross my desk. So
oh, my God.
I'm
okay.
happy.
So let's go into a couple more things that happened this week. Gary Bowser, I don't remember if you remember him. I actually made a meme about this.
The hacker?
Yes, Gary Bowser, the hacker.
Yes.
Not Doug Bowser, the president of Nintendo America. Gary Bowser, the nemesis and infamous hacker. He was
the one where everyone said it was Doug Bowser.
Right, correct.
Everyone couldn't wrap their head around two people having that last name, which is fair as fuck, because why would you?
Fair.
And work at Nintendo and hack Nintendo.
True.
None of these things make sense.
True. He did a podcast interview, and
what?
he talked about it because Torrent Freak.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta go find it. I want to listen to this too, because Gary Bowser, he's much older than I anticipated. He's 53. Yeah. And he was released from federal prison early because of his age, medical condition, and also he's fucking Canadian. So they let him out early. And so he returned to the
just
Toronto
don't do it
area.
again, okay?
Okay, yeah, you just go back there.
Okay, now.
Because he pled.
You calm down on the internet there.
But because he did a plea deal, which is fair, he still has to pay Nintendo. Can you guess how much he owes Nintendo in restitution? You want to take a stab at this?
I mean, it has to be a lot, right? How is one person going to pay that back?
It's approximately $10 million.
Uh-huh.
And he said, with the agreement and the maximum that can take anywhere from 25 to 30% of your gross monthly income, Bowser says. And I have like 6 to 7 months before I have to start making payments.
Is it before or after taxes?
I have no idea. But basically...
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
At least in the U.S. I don't know what Canada's like. Maybe they have no taxes.
Who knows?
I assume they have 80% taxes, but who knows?
Yeah. He in December of 2021, when everything went to trial, he took a plea deal and agreed to pay Nintendo $10 million to settle a civil lawsuit that had been brought against him. Bowser's crime sentence also called for a $4.5 million fine, but since he is returning to Canada, he says he's going to be unlikely. It's not going to be enforced by the Canadian government, right? Because it's in America.
What?
That's what he's saying. That's what he's speculating.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's unlikely that...
I feel like it might be enforced by Nintendo, if you know what I mean.
What's Nintendo going to do? He's paying every month. And
lobby the government with money, dude.
You think that they're going to get the fucking U.S. government involved in Canada?
No, I think they're going to get the fucking Canadian government involved.
I don't think Canada's going to do anything. They're going to be like, oh, don't you know? That's just kind of weird. Everybody has, like, the Nintendos.
The Canadian government is very oppressive. I think they would absolutely do something. They don't fucking give a shit about their citizens.
That's fair. But yeah, it's also unlikely that...
I mean, no one does, to be clear.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he said, so far, Bowser said, quote, he's paid Nintendo about $175 of the money that he earned from working in the prison's library and the kitchen. His health issue also limits his mobility, so it brings...
what did he steal from them again?
He hacked, like, a bunch of Switch stuff. Like, hacking and selling Switch schemes.
Okay.
And stuff, which is why they were so mad, because it's the fucking Switch. It's their newest console. Maybe if it was their older stuff. But
dude,
yeah.
I know how much, like, if he could apply that in, like, the networking industry, he could make a fucking shitload of money.
Yeah, probably.
Like, there are the companies who would pay him to hack them. Like, a lot of fucking money. He should come to the U.S., to be honest. I know he would have to pay $10 million. But eventually he might get there.
Well, the reason why he says he's so grateful to return to Canada is to access to healthcare and disability insurance that affords him.
After how long of waiting, sir?
I mean, at least he gets it, for free.
Yeah.
So, it's better than waiting and dying and then ended up paying like.
But if you can hack Nintendo, you can work a fucking networking job. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's still limited. I mean. It's definitely limited.
Yeah, I don't know what his disability is. I have no idea.
He just says it's just a mobile disabilities and stuff like that. It didn't go too much into it. Maybe if we listen to the podcast, I'll try to listen to it and see
I would like to
next week.
I bet it's not going to be as interesting as I want it to be, but I still want to try.
I still want to listen to it for sure.
Yeah.
4 fucking jerseys. Okay.
Damn, dude. Gary Bowser, motherfucker.
Or Gary fucking Bowser, just trying to get along in life.
Bowser.
He's old man Bowser. So, Square Enix had an AI tech preview game on Steam.
What?
It's called the.
Can you do you want to break down what you just said there?
Yeah. So Square Enix launched a free game on Steam recently. It's called the Portrait of a Serial Killer Case, and I actually was following this for a little bit. And basically, it used natural language processing. It was all AI technology for the adventure game that you would create this like experience. And you talk to your partner, you give him instructions, and you try to solve this murder mystery. And it was to use AI experience over what you input to try to solve this thing. And it's all free on Steam. However,
they're stealing your data.
It's really bad.
Wait, it's like a bad game?
It's a really bad game. The AI sucks, and the NLP, as they're calling it, the natural language processing, is not good. And it's not doing good. And they don't know, I don't know, because it was originally published in Japan, and if there's maybe like language barriers and translation issues that could also be causing an issue with this new amazing AI technology. But
yeah.
As much as I'm excited for AI and I like the idea of it pushing forward and like helping with games and helping with other things and like even helping me come up with stupid titles for my YouTube, like little shit like that helps where you don't have to think as much. But also at the same time, it's not quite there. It's definitely not quite there. I had my experience recently with AI. Somebody was trying to contact us to partner with, trying to get money from us, basically. And we do we do partner with people. We do partner with modpack and game developers and stuff like that at my company. It's very common for us to deal with people, and I'm usually the point of contact for this.
Brag. Yep.
Well, I hate it because I had to deal with this psychopath who was trying to explain his company, but I think he was using ChatGPT and sending me like 4 or 5 paragraphs of just a bunch of convoluted bullshit that none of it made any sense. And I would break it down for him in a couple of sentences, like, what the fuck do you mean by this? Like, in a nice, polite way, be like, can you please, tell me more about this? What does this have to do with video games? None of this has any effect on us. And I literally just like tore apart every single argument that he like made up with this ChatGPT.
You're smarter than AI. I'm starting to get the picture.
I'm not saying that, but it's just not quite there. There's some funny shit that could be done with it. I like Doug's stuff that he does with the ChatGPT. And like does all the crazy shit.
The best thing we could get from AI, I think, for video games is
an outline.
The best thing that we've seen a small window into is the voice acting thing.
Yes, the voice acting thing is quite interesting.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Let me be clear about this. Don't give a fucking shit how many jobs it ruins. Okay, how many ever jobs it is, that's the right amount. If it works. If it doesn't work, then it shouldn't ruin any jobs. But if it works, who gives a fuck who's voicing it? I don't give a shit. I think if there's truly beautiful, artful performances, those will stand the test, and they're not going to be replaced by AI. At least not, given the examples we've seen recently.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
I think it's just going to fill the shitter performances.
I think it's going to help with
you don't deserve to have a job for anyway.
Yeah.
I think. And it's not always on the performer. Like, there's lots of generic fucking AI, or not AI, basically AI-generated shit. Like, Lord of the Rings Online has a ton of voice acting that is just, hello, why are you bothering me? Any AI could fucking pull that together. Right? And you wouldn't have to write it. You wouldn't have to hire a guy. You wouldn't have to call him on Zoom or whatever. It would just be done. And it would, I substantially cut down that part of the industry. That means faster games get to us, more voice acting.
Yeah.
Fucking sounds like a win-win to me. All I give a shit about is the end user, me, and how good the games are.
As long
and
as
I
it
think
sounds
there's
okay.
so much room. Yeah, it has to sound okay, and it has to sound unique. I think it's a giant lost opportunity if we develop this AI and it does the voice acting and it all sounds the fucking same. That'd be terrible.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Give them
atrocious.
an accent or just fucking some parameter that says, hey, give us, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Right.
If you can't do that, then it's not AI, and I'm not interested,
So that crimping game I
What?
played, sorry. The wine's really kicking in
You
right
played
now.
a crumping game?
No, the crimping game. The crimping. God damn it.
I don't know what that means. What's crimping?
Crimping was that weird game with the Shanghai one that you looked up for and you got snarky with, and that game I played a couple weeks ago.
That sounds like any number of games you've talked
Fair
about.
enough. Anyway, that developer, she couldn't afford to pay voice actors, so she used AI, and you could definitely tell there's something a little off, and then you realize, oh, it's all AI.
Yeah.
And stuff, but it kind of added to her game because her game is very campy and kind of cheesy at points. Like, there's even like a fucking is this gonna turn into a porno scene? Because there's a fucking pizza delivery man and a very horny old lady who's just like, oh wow, I'm here surrounded by two hot studs, and she sounds like that, like deadpan delivery, and it's just the funniest fucking shit. It made it so much better. It was so fucking good. So
I
good.
think, look, people still play Oblivion.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just people that are nostalgic for it, but even people coming to video games looking for something different. Like, you could probably get away with some AI that sounds like a couple of different people doing the voices for it.
Yeah.
And it'd be fine because it's not the main point of the game. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's so much opportunity. Now, it's going to suck if AAA studios start, skimping on paying real people and then you start noticing the cheapness. That would be bad.
Yeah.
I think if you can afford it, pay voice actors right now. But until we get there,
Yeah, it might be good for like small indie devs who need to do stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Why
I think
not?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. The only thing is, be careful voicing your main character. That's my only advice to no one who will ever listen. Because even if you play, let's say, going from Dragon Age Origins, infinitely replayable to me because I can make any number of combo, like a different race, different class. There's like 14 different technical characters you could have.
Yeah.
That are split in that way. And in my own mind, I can split them different ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and because they're not voiced, I fill it in with my own voice while I'm reading it.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
But NPCs have no business with that because I'm not assigning that to each NPC.
No.
They're just who they are.
I don't always do funny voices like I do sometimes on stream.
I used to do that. And then I got very exhausted when I did my Pillars of Eternity
Oh,
streams.
man, dude. Yeah, no, I get tired. And people are like, why don't you want to play Donkey Donkey? And I'm like, you know how much reading? And then you get mad at me when I say something wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to read and process.
I went 30 hours of doing all the voices in Pillars of Eternity, and no one said a fucking thing until I fucked something up. All right? It's
like,
not very encouraging.
Shit. Anyway. Okay, next thing I want to talk about.
This is our streaming, bitching
This is
therapy.
a streaming bitch moaning something.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for letting me get my therapy out there about streaming. But I want to talk about Blizzard.
Damn. It's been a week or two,
It's
hasn't
been
it?
a week or two.
All right. What's going on?
So,
how many breast milks are being stolen?
Luckily no breast milk, but maybe they're stealing some money, and maybe they owe some money. Maybe approximately, according to NetEase, NetEase is suing Blizzard for $44 million.
Okay.
So there's a lot of shit that
used to be a drop in the bucket for Blizzard, but it's probably a significant chunk of change now.
Yeah, $44 million. I don't think that. I mean, the Diablo's about to release. Maybe it won't be so bad for them.
Sure.
But so
I'll buy a couple of extra cosmetics to support the cause.
Right, there you go. I'm not.
Get myself a backpack, a pet.
Yeah,
you could maybe.
You can do that since I'm not buying the fucking video game.
I'll buy 2 copies. That's fine.
You can give it to your girlfriend.
Actually, we already did that.
I fucking knew it. So,
maybe I'll upgrade to the $100 edition. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, get your fucking face out of here. Anyway, so we know that China's company NetEase and Blizzard had a very bad breakup recently. They were together for over 14 years with their licensing, but it came to an end in January. And it was not good. Both sides are basically to blame for this. There was miscommunication, mistranslations, and they were basically just they just decided to give up on trying to work with each other. And it basically also ended when NetEase decided to smash the Gorehound statue too, which was pretty funny. Outside of their office and drinking Blizzard green tea while doing this and just throwing a bunch of shit and yada, yada, yada. So anyway, it's gotten worse. So Blizzard promised to refund Chinese citizens when the servers went offline. They said that they would honor that and refund them for that month or any other paid advance months. That never happened. And so NetEase was left to hold the commitment to 1.12 million players.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they had a huge market in China. On top of that, there was a bunch of violations in licensing agreements and other things. And Blizzard also promised to pay for compensation and unsold merchandise inventory. They can't sell this inventory, so they can either send it back to Blizzard and possibly recoup some of that money from that. But the creme de la creme comes from something else that happens. So as we know, Blizzard has created a lot of video games, come up with ideas, started concepts for these ideas, and then they shelf them, much like Valve does. Valve has all these little hidden gems of games squirreled away within their things. So does Blizzard. And in order to get in on selling any of that possibly in the future, NetEase would have to pay a huge deposit in advance for these games to have access to it. But if the game never finished or was never fully developed, Blizzard was supposed to refund the money. They didn't. No. And so at this point, I think the biggest slap in the face was them not refunding the money to the citizens of China and, like, you know, for saying it's like, hey, we're canceling your game over there. You can't play this game anymore. And forcing it on to NetEase to refund the money to all of those players that, you know, were promised already from Blizzard. I think that was the ultimate thing. So they've started a lawsuit. They started this class action lawsuit to do this. And Activision has a comment for it finally, because this all happened this morning. This all happened relatively early this morning. Activision says, yeah, we haven't received anything.
What?
We haven't received any relative papers or anything in response to, you know, and that they've covered accurately to NetEase's, you know, contractual responsibilities and operations and their refunds and stuff like that. That's already been covered. And Blizzard hasn't received anything else from them. And so they're saying that they're square. Which,
because they don't have the invoice.
Correct.
Wow.
And I mean, China is kind of all about the honor system. You don't just fuck everyone over, I think. And I think that's they're learning about American capitalism and how much they hate everyone.
I would call foul on that. They have been pretty good about American capitalism since like the 80s.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think they know the systems very well.
Yeah, but they don't like it when they get fucked over.
Yeah. Well, who does? Americans don't like being fucked over by other Americans.
True.
And then they're like, what? The system? It's like, well, you mean the system you've been abusing for years?
Yeah, exactly. The system that you've been abusing for, 20, 30, 50 million years, yada, yada,
Maybe
yada.
Blizzard could move to Canada to dodge the legal charges.
Oh, shit, that's true. Maybe they can. This thing won't be a U.S. company anymore. I'm sure that China will chase them down.
That'd be so funny if that was how it worked.
They're going to go to San Francisco and they're going to fucking destroy the statue of Thrall. They're just going to axe it a question. They're just gonna fucking utterly destroy it.
I feel like you are making references to things I don't understand.
Well, so NetEase had God damn it, the fucking axe outside of their studios, the statue of the famous axe, the Growlhound or something like that. I just said it earlier, and I can't now fucking remember it for the life of me. But yeah, no, they had an axe, and
it's like from Warcraft or something?
Yeah, it's from World of Warcraft, and they literally destroyed it. So yeah, now they're gonna fly straight to fucking San Francisco where the famous Thrall statue is.
I didn't know that existed either. Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. Well, when the whole shit happened, so the famous Thrall statue says like all voices are important here at Blizzard. And everybody was like throwing that in their face.
Here's all the examples of that not being true.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up here. The Thrall statue outside of Blizzard. What does it say? Orc statue. I guess it's not Thrall. It just says Orc statue. I thought it was Thrall for some reason. But yeah, it's like a fucking famous ass, goddamn stupid big ass statue. What does it say? Trying to find what does it say on it.
I don't know.
I don't know anymore. I don't fucking care. Anyway, give fucked Blizzard in the lawsuit from NetEase. Who knows? That's probably gonna be tied up in court for months. And then fucking it's gonna be Microsoft's issue that they have to deal with now because I feel like Blizzard is just trying to burn all of its bridges before it sells out. And, like, try to undervalue itself on purpose.
Dude, if that's it, that's crazy.
I don't know. I think they'll have to pay less or something when the people buy out their shares or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
The shareholders have to buy that out. It's like, oh, well, it's actually only worth this much now, so, or something.
Whatever happens, I think we can trust in the fact that Bobby Kotick is going to be very well off.
That makes me so fucking depressed. And the fact that he's going to stay on and Phil's okay with it, oh, that just makes me so mad.
Brought you down a couple pegs, Phil. Phil?
Pill? I mean, he is
Whatever.
A pill now.
Yeah. I mean, come on. A hunk, but a pill, you know?
He's definitely a hunk. I'm not going to lie. He's definitely...
He's a dad gamer hunk for sure.
Oh, he's got dad energy. That's pretty... I'm into it. I'm okay with this. Okay. I'm done. That's it for the podcast this week.
Boom.
That's the news.
Did it.
We did it.
Our inscription reads, we got the news. dot, Jeff Keighley. Swoon.
Ah, Jeff Keighley. Phil Spencer.
No, not Phil Spencer.
Oh. Womp womp.
I thought you didn't like Phil Spencer.
I think he's attractive.
The guy from Epic?
That's Tim Sweeney.
Oh yeah.
Phil Spencer is Xbox.
Dude, what is wrong with me? We were just talking about Phil Spencer.
I know it's got energy. I think Portz, go to bed.
Yeah, don't
play
listen
Dota.
to the end of this. If you're listening to this, stop.
But don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Twitter at Evil Space Bunny and the Real Portz. Portz will probably start streaming again at some point.
Yes.
And then
also listen to the episodes that come later.
Yeah, definitely. Please do. And you can always bug us on Ignore Backlog on Twitter too. We like that a lot. Okay. Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.